Hi there. Thanks for joining us this Friday for our In the Blue Facebook Live broadcast. I'm Michael Bailey, team coach, trainer, and today's episode that we're going to be looking at is all about teams and how teams work. And we're using this metaphor of why we love the movies. It's a common experience we all have in our culture. We love to go to movies, see movies, exciting movies of all kinds and all kinds of genres. It's just great stuff. And there's a reason why we are attracted to go to the movies. And let me explain that to you because it's something that obviously we get very emotional about, whether we're excited or we cry or we're angry or whatever it is going on there. But there's an event. There's something that happens when we go to the movies that is designed on purpose to bring us into the movie, have this collective experience. But we also feel it in such a way that we say, "Gosh, I wish my life were more like that. I wish my life were that exciting or that enjoyable or whatever it is." There's something about that draws us in. Well, what is that draws us in? Let's take a look at that. When you start out in a movie, there's your hero, your heroine, and there's something going on. Their life probably isn't moving a whole lot fast. They're kind of in this place where they're kind of stuck and just hanging out. But then something happens, and it's kind of like an invitation of here's this opportunity. It's a great opportunity to go do something different, do something exciting, do something wonderful, but it's going to be different. It's going to be unusual. And that hero or that heroine has to make a decision. Am I going to go? Am I going to become part of it? Or am I going to walk away from it? Well, obviously they're going to get into it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a movie, right? So there's this desire to go, and it's a choice that they make. And they make that desire to go on whatever journey or trip or excursion or experience this is going to be because they see it as a great opportunity, something that they want, and they hope that something greater will come out of it. So what happens? They get excited. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Let's go after it. Let's get this done. Let's make this happen. And they have a kind of faith or belief in themselves that they can go, they can do it, they can get it done. And when it's all said and done, it's going to feel like, yeah, that was definitely worth it. And so when you get into that kind of a role, that part of the movie, these people that are going on this journey here, they keep asking this question. Okay, we're going, we're doing it. So what's next? This is a great opportunity. What's next? And then the next thing they say is, all right, let's go. Let's go after it. Let's make this thing happen. And so they move forward in their journey and they're going down the road and they're meeting new people. They're making new friends. They're making new relationships. And you just see this growing team start to happen right before your eyes. And they become friends. They become this sense of bonding because they're sharing this journey of danger, of risks, and they're learning how to support each other, learning how to take care of each other. And as they go down this journey, things start to happen, which makes it all the more interesting. Like there's these problems, and then there's more problems keep coming up, and then things get even tougher. And they're tougher than they thought they'd ever imagined they'd be. This is getting to be really, really difficult. And then the situation become dangerous. Now, oh, so it's going to be, gosh, I mean, do we really want to do this? I'm risking myself, my emotions, maybe my very life. Maybe it's you, my friends, da, da, da. Risking our mission itself. It becomes really tough because it is becoming harder. It's dangerous. And then the adversaries, the bad guys, they start closing in. It becomes even harder now. Now we're really talking about this is going to be really tough to get through. I don't know if we're going to make it. And then some of the team members start giving up. They just are, for whatever reason, they just feel like, I can't do this. And they kind of go into a whole different place. And sometimes team members betray them. The very people that you thought were going to be on your side, now they're working against you. They're not helping. They're not there for you at all. They're actually out for your harm. And then there's some team members, like I said, they just want to give up. They just want to run away. And so there's this interesting thing that's going on with the movies as we're watching and as we're cheering them on. We're hoping, gosh, got to get this accomplished. We got to get this goal. We got to find the treasure. We got to beat these bad guys. We got to save the town. We got to save the universe. We have to do something here. The question then becomes one, why do some team members give up? And we think about it now in terms of our team at work. Sometimes team members get a little discouraged. Sometimes team members don't want to be part of what it is that we're doing here. And basically what happens is they're asking the question, why am I doing this? This is not what I planned on. This is not what I intended. This is not what I meant to have happen. This is much, much harder. So instead of saying, okay, here's a great opportunity, let's get excited about it. Let's go after it. Let's go do it, which means I got to believe in myself. I got to believe in my team. I got to have this kind of faith that if we can get ourselves there, instead of that, we start doubting. We start worrying. We begin being afraid. We then start procrastinating. Instead of saying, let's go, it's like brakes are coming on. I just don't know if I really want to do that. And there's kind of the difference. When you take a look at a team and its members, that team needs to have this attitude, this feeling of action and in it to win it, and they've got to be proactive. And that's the difference here. The team members that are moving ahead, the team members that are going forward, the team members that are figuring it out as they go along, that are implementing the plan, and when it gets tough and the plan's blowing up on, they're going to the next level. What are we going to do now? What's next? How are we going to get this figured out? Versus the other ones that give them what they're really doing is they're procrastinating. They're backing off. They stop this process of moving forward. They're justifying it. They're giving themselves excuses about why they can't do it, why they can't get there, and they start backpedaling. And we feel bad as we're watching this. We feel bad that they're running away. But we also feel good about the other ones that are hanging in there, that are being tough, that are slugging it through. They're just going, let's just get it done. Let's make it happen. One way or another, we're going to do that. And so when it's all over, we walk out of the movies feeling like, man, what a great experience. And sometimes those team members that ran away, they come back. And we love it when they come back. Yeah, I knew she was good. I knew he was good. They just got scared. They just got stuck in their doubts. They got too much into the worries rather than the excitement. Let's get it done. And it is a marvelous experience that we love, we enjoy, we participate, even though we're just watching, but internally, we're living it. And that's what we want to do. That's what we want in our lives. We want that sense of adventure that is worth it, that we can be involved in something, that we can be part of something, that we can be doing something that's bigger than ourselves, that makes a contribution more than I can just do on my own. That's part of us. We're doing something great here. And when you go to the office and you're working with the team, there's that part of you that wants, let's do something great. Let's make something great happen here. And the people that stay with it versus the people that give up and go away, there's a real difference between those two. Let's take a look at those. What are those differences? The people who never give up. Well, they take this position. I call it claiming, and they claim that they can do it. We say that we can do it. The ones that give up, they say, well, I don't know if we really can do it. I'm not really sure if we can do it. And because those that claim and say we can do it, they don't give up. They just hang in there. They keep pushing forward. Where the people say, I don't know if we can do it. They keep backing off. They keep retreating. And those who claim and take the responsibility might say, it's okay, we're going to do this. They take ownership. That's a great thing, ownership. Think about that. I'm going to own my job. I'm going to own this task. I'm going to own dealing with this particular patient, with this client. I'm going to own that. I'm going to make sure this is great for them. People that give up, they really don't take ownership. Well, it's not really my fault. It's not really my responsibility. And that leads to the next thing. It really is that deep sense of responsibility to themselves, to the team, to the people that come into the office. I feel, not just I think, but I feel a sense of real responsibility. And because I'm in action, I will do things that are responsible, that make this particular client's or patient's experience here a wonderful experience. They're so good. Be so glad that they came here. They're so good. They're so glad that they touched base with us today and they were spending time with us. They're going to walk out feeling better than ever just because they were here. It's like going to the movies. Man, I went to the movies, feel great. I went to the doctors. I feel great. Think about that. Rather than, how the patient does, that's not my problem. They're uncomfortable. They don't like it. What do you want me to do? It's not my job. So those who are in it, who take the responsibility, claim, I'm going to help here. They never settle. They never settle for less than what they can deliver, or less than their best. They don't. They don't. That's what I got to do. And the other folks, well, it's going to be okay. It'll be all right. And so what we wanted to be able to do here as we do this is we want to take a look at a couple of things. One, yeah, we want to take a look at our weaknesses and what we can do about it. Let's also take a look at our strengths. What are we bringing to it? Because if we own our strengths here, that becomes a solid foundation. It's better to come out of that, here's what I'm great about, because then it makes it easier for me to take a look at what are our weaknesses? Where are we falling apart? How can we do this better? And the idea of team members talking, communicating openly with each other is a big deal. It's a big deal because simply this, got to learn how to trust each other. We don't trust if we're suspicious, if we feel like we can't really open up, we can't communicate, we can't really solve things. And so as we move forward, as we're communicating, as we're working together, are we looking at what's in it for me? What did I do today? Are we looking at it the we? What did we accomplish today? What did we get done today? What did we do well today? What can we celebrate? There's an interesting thing as we start sharing that kind of a direction. It's just human nature. It's just how we are built. Morale goes up. We feel this sense of, yes, trust, but we also feel, more importantly, this sense of camaraderie. We feel value. We feel appreciated. And so we want to take a look at what's standing in the way and what we can do about it proactively to move it forward, to move it on. That's what we're looking for. So there's things that you can do. We won't get into them all here. There's icebreakers, there's team bonding, communication, all these things we've got up here. How to solve problems as a team, how to get things done, what kind of leadership skills can we develop? How can we take what it is that we do? On one hand, take it very seriously because we've got serious things we do, but still have an element of fun, still an element of play, because it's in that play when you're really good at something and you feel confident, it feels more like play. And when it feels like play, everybody just feels better and the appreciation just flows. That's what takes place at that point. So there's a couple of things we talk about here. There's an interesting thing that you can do with your team. Go into your meeting room, your conference room, make a little bit of room. Then wonderful thing, just stand around in a circle and grab hands with somebody, and then somebody else, and you just kind of get this knot. You start just winding around and figure out how to get out of the knot. It's a very physical, it's a hands-on, doing it playful. Let's resolve how we get untangled from this mess. That's a great way to do that. Another one is just being able to be there working with people and listening to people and hearing what they actually have to say. So the idea of walking in somebody else's shoes is that sense of not only sympathy, but it's empathy. How can I see things from your point of view? And you will find, interestingly enough, as we wrap this up, there are some people that you have a very easy time. Yeah, I can relate to you. I understand exactly what you're saying. Then there may be other people that you have a harder time. And it's those people, I'm going to give you this challenge here. It is those people that you have the hardest time relating to or figuring out that I'm going to challenge you to work the hardest to understand. Because here's the irony. It's an interesting thing about us human beings. The things that bug us most about other people are the things that generally bug us about ourselves. So the resistance you feel towards somebody on a team, if you take an honest, objective look at it, you may start finding these are the very things that I don't like about me, that I don't want to own up to, take responsibility for. So maybe there's some learning for me that I need to do in accepting myself so that I can open up myself to accept more of other people. And as I do that work for myself as a team member, then I help naturally build a bigger team, a better team, a stronger team, a team that's willing to go out there and create bigger results. So I'm Michael Bailey. It's great for you to be here today, and team coach and trainer. And if you're interested in getting a hold of me, got the information right there. You can call me there, and love to talk to you about your team and what we can do to assist you and all that. So make it a great week. Hope you can be with us next Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time. All the best.